Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Wrestling Form as we are about to recap tonight's In Your House from the WWE, actually from Full Sail University in Florida, as this was live on the WWE Network. Good old MF Michael Fletcher, Anthony Florio is with us. We're hoping to get Michael Bullock. I don't know if we're going to get him or not. Um, I did send him an invite through our messenger, so hopefully he does get it and we'll get him. Unfortunately, Dee Dee Woodson will not be with us tonight due to a family tragedy, but we are thinking about Dee Dee here tonight and hopefully she'll be with us. She's going to take some time off, so hopefully we'll get to see her very soon. So, Anthony and myself will take over for the moment. We're going to start it off with the six-woman tag. The six-woman tag team fight jumped it off. Tegan Knox, Shotzi Blackheart, and Mia Yim versus Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Candice LeRae. And when it was all said and done, the winners of the bout in 9 minutes and 50 seconds was the face team. Tegan Knox, Shotzi Blackheart, and Mia Yim gets the win. Tegan Knox gets the winning fall as she takes down, as she's Shining Wizard, Dakota Kai for the 1, 2, 3. This was a good fight, solid match. 2.5 to 2 3/4 of a star. I knew this was going to be the outcome of the fight. I felt it. I knew it because I knew they were going to get, and it was exactly the way I predicted it. Like, straight up predicted it on Friday night. It exactly happened the way I saw it. Candice LeRae and Mia Yim brawled all the way to the back, to the locker room area, and Tegan got the measure of revenge on Dakota Kai, and that's how the fight ended. So I called it, I got it, and there's really nothing more to say. Not only did I call the win, I actually called the end of the match as well. Hey, pat myself on the back on that one 2 times over. Anthony Florio, it's yours. This was a pretty solid opener.
Well, I'll tell you, MF, you're absolutely right. Um, by the way, if you're wondering, Michael Bullock, he's on his way, so he should be with us momentarily. But
Okay.
yeah, I just messaged him. Anywho, I'm actually going to go a little. I'm actually going to be a little more generous on this one. I'm actually going to give this 3.25 stars for the effort. The fast-paced action was a lot of fun, but it felt like they never spent enough time on the individual feuds this bout contained. While everybody had their own moments to shine, there wasn't much in the way of psychology, but that tends to happen when you have this many women in the ring at once. The multi-person spots looked good, especially when Tegan Knox took out everyone else with a senton from the top turnbuckle to the floor. This was a decent stop along the way for the two major storylines that were addressed, but it will not be the end by a long shot for the feud with Mia Yim and Candice LeRae or Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox. So nothing really more to say on this. By the way, how awesome was it to see the old school in your house setup tonight?
I liked it.
Wasn't that awesome?
You know what? But the only downside was, and I really think so, I really think they were thinking about moving it to an actual. If they would have done the in your house takeover and did it in an actual arena, my God, what a sentimental moment that would have been. Just to
I
see
know.
that layout and everything else. Even though it was cool to see it on at Full Sail University, it felt a little different, but it was still cool
Yeah,
nonetheless.
absolutely. I mean, definitely brought back some great memories from 25 plus years ago. All the great moments that In Your House gave us, and even better, during the pre-show and during the intro, they had Todd Pettingale doing putting in a little work, and they even did an old school merchandise type moment, which I thought was awesome. So great to see Todd Pettingale, even if it might be for a one-off. I mean, you never know, never say never in this business, but But anyways, 3.25 stars. That's my rating for this match. So really nothing more to say. Let and we've got him now. Let's bring him in, Mr. NXT himself, Michael Bullock. I mean, how awesome was it to see that old setup, and what a great way to start it off with this 6-woman tag.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I thought it was the setup. I think looked really good. I mean, it brought back memories of the old days of the mid '90s when with the old in your house setup. I mean, I really liked it. I mean, yeah, I mean they tried to make the best out of it with having it at Full Sail, but and yeah, to see Todd Pettengill there. I mean, even though it's probably for one night only, I that was awesome too. And yeah, and as far as the 6-woman tag to kick it off, I'll give it 3.25 stars as well. I mean, the outcome was no surprise. And and Fletch, I mean, when we did our preview show, um, I mean, I know you said you went with the same team, the base team as well, but I think you got it correct with your outcome because obviously Mia Yim and Candice LeRae battled in the back, and it was Tegan Knox who got the pinfall on Dakota Kai. So
I did call
I
it.
you called it,
I
yeah.
called it.
So I got to give you props on it, man. You called it right down the middle, and it happened. And yeah, as far as what's going to happen next, I think the war with Mia Yim and Candice LeRae is far from over, and Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai, you know their feud is far from over. So I mean, yeah, she got the victory, but you know Dakota's going to be not too happy with the outcome. So there's really nothing more to say. 3.25 star, a great way to kick off Takeover in your house. I mean, I almost felt like I was in the 12, 13 years old all over again, seeing that old set when this, especially when the first In Your House came about. So I just had that. I felt like I went back in time with all this. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. Fletch, let's move on.
All right, and then we did have our next match, which was Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Finn Balor wins the match in 13:07. Anthony, it is all yours.
Yeah. Let me see what I had for this one. This was a great match, guys. This is really where the show kicked into high right here. But then again, it was high all night long. But this was a 4-star match for me. It ended up being much better than anticipated. Both men are talented, but they do not have a lot of time in the ring together. They worked like this was the 100th time they were going at it. They did a good job making sure Priest looked like he should have won before falling onto the steel steps. He will not lose any momentum with this loss. This does not seem like a feud that will continue after this bout. Balor might have NXT title aspirations, and maybe Damian Priest has North American title aspirations again. You never know. But all I know is this was a fantastic match. This was 4 stars for me. So not the and believe it or not, that's not even the fight of the night. We're just scratching the surface here.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing more to say. 4 stars for me. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a 4-star match as well. I mean, I this turned out to be better than what I expected. Yeah, I mean Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I mean, I thought they both looked really good in this, and I guess you could say, guys. I mean, Damian Priest. I mean, he sealed his own fate when he set up those steel steps outside. I mean, he was trying to get it. He was trying to set Finn Balor up for the fall, and it ended up costing him when he took the fall on the steel steps. So yeah, nice win for Finn Balor, and I really don't think it's gonna hurt Damian Priest that much because he did put forth a real good effort. So there's really nothing more to say. Fletch, Damian Priest pretty much sealed his own fate when he landed on the steps he set up for Finn Balor.
Yeah, made the mistake, fell right on the steps, and then the next thing you know, coup de grace. And that's all you need to know about that one. 4 stars, total agreement. Really nothing more to add. We go off now to the North American title fight, as it was Johnny Gargano versus the champion Keith Lee, winner of the bout. 20 minutes, 35 seconds, and still North American champion, bask in the glory of the limitless Keith Lee. He successfully defends the title, taking down Johnny Gargano. Michael Bullock, my God, what a match!
Yeah, what a match indeed. And let's just say, Fletch, I think all of us ended up with egg in our face because on the preview show we all thought Johnny Gargano was gonna win the title by hook or crook, but that did not end up being the case here. I mean, Keith Lee did it again, and and you can see why. I mean, why so many people are so high on him. And yeah, I mean, there was a little chicanery, obviously, with Johnny Gargano using those keys again, and Candice LeRae was trying to stick her nose where it didn't belong, but Mia Yim made sure that did not happen. But all in all, this was a damn good match, no doubt about it. So I can give this about 4.25, 4.5. I mean, man, I mean, it seems like whatever match Johnny Gargano is in, especially when it's Takeover, you know it's going to be something special. So now the big question is, guys, what's next up for Keith Lee now that he's still the North American champion? Only time will tell. So, yeah, there's really nothing more to say. Flex, looks like we all struck out on this one.
Yeah, we all did, and my God, I don't mind striking out when you get a fight that's 4.25, 4.5 stars, and this was unbelievable. What a match! I mean, the psychology, the body of work, everybody in this battle, it was just so amazing, and you just can't say anything bad about it. What is there to say? There was nothing bad. This was great storytelling, a great match. This is takeover worthy. This is what you expect in an NXT Takeover event. Every time you hear NXT Takeover, you want the best possible fights. This is why NXT is NXT. No doubt about it. Nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, go.
Agreed. 4.25 stars. Um, Gargano and Lee came into this bout with a lot of great performances already under their belts. The pressure was high for them to steal the dang show. The technical precision of both men was on point, but they fell a little short when it came to providing the kind of exciting offense they are both known for. They made up for that, however, with good storytelling and consistency. Few moves, if any, missed their mark. Had they gone full speed, they would have risked looking sloppy. This is not to say that they did not do anything exciting at all. Both men hit a few moves that would have received big pops from a live crowd of WWE fans. They just didn't rely on those maneuvers to tell the whole story. So that's all I can say on that. But great match nonetheless, though. 4.25 stars. I agree with you guys on that one. So nothing more to say. Let's move on.
Next up, we had the NXT title on the line. Adam Cole versus the Velveteen Dream in a backlot brawl. The winner of the bout in 14 minutes, 57 seconds, a hair under 15 minutes, and still the NXT champion. Anthony, do it.
Adam Cole, baby!
Successfully defends the title. What a match. Good fight, good battle. 3.5 stars I'll give it to 3.75. This was an excellent title match. This was it. The elements was good. It was a good fight. Yeah, you could say the UE kind of tried to get their nose where it didn't belong, but look, at the end, Adam Cole did what he needed it to do. He got the job done. And unfortunately for the Velveteen Dream, that's it. He's out of the NXT title picture. He can no longer challenge for the NXT title as long as Adam Cole is still the champion. And right now, Adam Cole is on the verge of becoming, if he has not been already, the longest reigning NXT champion in the history of the company. And we're just living right now. NXT is Adam Cole's world, and we're living in it. This was a great match. Props to Velveteen Dream for a gallant effort, but the champion remains the champion. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
And again, we have egg on our face. I mean, we all thought the Velveteen Dream was going to finally get his moment and become the NXT champion, but he did not. And well, I'll get more into that in a minute. But first, my thought on the match. I can only give it 3.25 stars. I don't, maybe 3.5. I think that's the correct rating. When MF just about had it there. WWE attempted to make this another one of its more cinematic matches, a la the Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse bouts from WrestleMania, and of course that corporate ladder Money in the Bank match from last month. But honestly, I got to be honest, guys. I don't think it reached the level of the company's other recent efforts. However, Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream did their best, but they were given an unorthodox environment that did not give them a lot of opportunities to create unique moments. Fish, Strong, and Loomis all getting involved, that was beyond predictable. But the way they were used was entertaining. I'll give them that. But it didn't. It didn't quite have the feel of Piper and Goldust from WrestleMania 12, or the parking lot brawl with John Cena and Eddie Guerrero on that SmackDown in 2003, or that Cena JBL parking lot brawl from that Great American Bash in '08. But I'll give him an A for effort for trying. But it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be awesome, but not. It was good, not overly great. I'll put it that way. So now Adam Cole successfully defends. So now the question is, now who? Now who's going to be next? Now, I mean, we don't have a lot of options here. I mean, a lot of these guys have already been used. I mean, there's a limited number of baby faces that can go after Adam Cole. I mean, I really don't know how they're gonna utilize this, but we're gonna have to really think about it. I mean, would they be crazy enough to have Loomis go after him? I mean, I don't know, but I highly doubt it. But story for another day. We'll have time we'll have plenty of time to think about that. Once the developments come in, we probably won't get an idea until maybe Wednesday night at the earliest. So really nothing more to say. 3.25, teetering on 3.5. That's all I can give it. So that's all I can say. Michael Bullock, and yes, MF, Adam Cole is the longest reigning NXT champion, over a year, 372 days and counting for Mr. Adam Cole, baby. So, well, Bullock, I guess the rumors of Adam Cole possibly going to AEW or somewhere else were greatly exaggerated, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, for now it looks like Adam Cole ain't going anywhere, and he's going to be staying around in NXT, and you can definitely say he is now definitely the greatest NXT champion of all time. I mean, look at this run that he's been on since winning it. I mean, he's been in so many good matches. He's had successful title defenses. I mean, he's literally turned back the challenge of so many competitors. And yeah, I mean, 3.25, 3.5 is the correct rating. I mean, it could have been. I mean, it was still a good match, but I thought it would have been been a lot better. But I mean, the way they went the cinematic way, I mean, they tried, but it was nowhere near what we saw with WrestleMania, with the Undertaker and AJ Styles and the Boneyard match, the Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena and Bray Wyatt, and of course with the Money in the Bank ladder match, the corporate Money in the Bank ladder match that we saw. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. I mean, yeah, I mean the big question is who's going to challenge him next. I really don't know. I mean, there's not too many big names in NXT that could challenge him. So unless Fletch, I mean, you got something that you could think of.
Um, wow. I don't know. I mean, right now, I really think the best move was for. I thought the best move was for Velveteen Dream to win the title. I mean,
I
unless
agree.
unless they're thinking of moving Dream up to the main roster, that's the only logical explanation for it. But right now, I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, you can't do Keith Lee right now because he's North American champion, unless you have Keith Lee drop the belt, drop his North American title, and then maybe give him the opportunity next. I mean, you could do that. I mean,
But the only question is, Fletch,
Dexter Loomis is the only other. Dexter Loomis is right now the only other guy I could think of, because
see,
unless you can get the moratorium of the UK guys to start coming back and then maybe let them go at it, but I just don't see anybody right now that would get a shot at the gold. I don't.
I can't even think either. I mean, because look at all the guys he's faced so far.
Yeah.
I was going to say Finn Balor, but the thing is, he's already faced them.
And not only that, but Balor's in a UK title feud with Walter right now, so it can't be him.
Exactly.
Can't be him.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I mean, again,
Yeah.
Loomis is one of the guys that, like, you could definitely say Loomis definitely is probably the next challenger. But if he goes out over Loomis, now you got a problem. Now you got a major problem because
And
now
like you said,
the landscape of NXT is very frail. There's really nobody else that you can put at the moment until we can get the UK guys back, because
and like you
instantly. Go ahead, Bullock.
and like you said, Fletch. I mean, the only other real challenger is Keith Lee. The only problem, he's the NXT North American champion, and we thought he was going to lose the title tonight, but that was not the case. If he had dropped the title, then I think we can all agree Keith Lee would be the next challenger.
But I don't think him and Gargano is done. That's why I think Gargano is not done yet, and I think right now you gotta consider him, or do you consider the next man as the next challenger after what he just did tonight? And what I'm talking about is Killian Cross with the beautiful Scarlett Bordeaux against Tommaso Ciampa, and Killian Cross won the match in 6 minutes and 13 seconds via referee stoppage. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
By default, this was the worst fight of the night, but it wasn't like it was a dud or anything. 2.5 stars. I mean, that's really the best I can give it. I mean, perfect cooldown fight. I mean, this was Cross's first takeover match, and WWE put him right into a storyline with one of the top stars of NXT. So the company clearly has a lot of faith in him already. As a way to make Cross look dangerous, this match succeeded in every way. When it comes to excitement, it did not have a lot to offer. This was not designed to be a competitive exchange or Flair Steamboat 5-star classic, no. But it would have been nice to see Ciampa getting a little more offense after years of being one of the most violent men on the roster. Now I'm going to channel my inner Bobby Heenan here. Gentlemen, when was the last time you saw Tommaso Ciampa take a beating like that?
Never.
And I'm sure Bullet.
Never,
Yep.
never. I mean, we've seen Tommaso Ciampa. We've seen him give vicious beatings to other superstars, but
And he has even gotten destroyed a few times in his day, but he was able to walk out on his own. This time around, he didn't walk out. He passed out by Killian Cross tonight. There's a major difference what happened to Ciampa tonight than in the past.
And would you also agree that it kind of had a feeling of when Brock Lesnar beat the you know what out of Cena at SummerSlam years ago?
Yes,
It
I
kind of
you
did
had
could
have that feeling.
you could even go as far as when Brock destroyed Randy Orton, and
or
you
Big
saw
Show or
or
even
Big Show, yeah, because there was a few times there's not that many guys who's done that, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Floyo.
yeah,
Champa got destroyed.
Yeah, and
yeah,
Tommaso
and
Ciampa is like a badass. I mean, he's a man that can really beat the holy hell out of anybody.
ask Johnny Gargano.
But
I mean,
yeah, looks like the tables were definitely turned.
tables were definitely turned, no doubt about it. But by default, though, like I said, by default, this was the worst fight of the night. Although there was nothing all that it wasn't all that bad. But man, I mean, that's how you build a star. That's how you build a star right there. That's one you got to keep an eye on, Bullock. I mean, that's one you got to keep an eye on for sure. I mean, I noticed the potential that Cross had when he was in Impact Wrestling. It's just a damn shame they wasted him. But at least now he's getting the opportunity to be that new monster badass heel that NXT is looking for. And for the longest time, I thought that was Ciampa, but now Karrion Cross has now secured that role. He's now the new bully on the block in NXT, and he just put the entire roster on notice. And I feel maybe by the end of this year, or if not sometime next year, he's gonna have gold around his waist. Believe you me. He looked like an unstoppable monster badass heel. Scarlett looked like the smoke show that she's always been. Very Catwoman-esque with that outfit this evening, darling. So that's all I can say on that. And if you ever wonder why they called her the smoke show in Impact, now you know why. So those two are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Believe you me. So well done, NXT. That's how you build a star right there. So nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, you finally got to see Karrion Cross wrestle a more competitive match this evening. I'm sure he impressed you because he certainly impressed me tonight.
Oh, he certainly impressed me, and I'll tell you what. I mean, he is a legitimate threat to the NXT roster. I mean, this is Tommaso Ciampa we're talking about here. He's a former NXT champion, and he handled Karrion Cross handled Tommaso Ciampa like he was a cruiserweight. I mean, my goodness. I mean, I'll give it 2.5 stars. I agree. This was definitely by default the worst fight of the night, but it wasn't anything bad about it. But yeah, this is a guy that NXT has to really keep an eye on. I mean, the entire roster. And it may not be this year, but I can guarantee you guys, sometime next year, he will be wearing gold around his waist. Whether it's the NXT North American Championship or even the NXT Championship itself. I mean, can we all agree on that? Florio?
He definitely is on the right path.
I already made my case, but you probably didn't hear me. But yes, he
Oh,
will be.
I
He will
heard,
be packing
but
gold.
I think it's going to be
He's
more
packing
next
gold.
year. I think it's going to be more next year. I mean,
You never know. You never know. Never
but
say
I
never.
could be wrong. I could be wrong. So, but yeah, we'll definitely have to wait and see. But he's definitely one guy that's definitely going to be a threat to the NXT roster. I mean, it seems like I'm going to use a phrase that the late Gorilla Monsoon would say. It seems like Karrion Cross was impervious to pain. because no matter what Ciampa threw at him, it seems like he he didn't feel any effects from it. So yeah, I mean, good luck to anybody else on that roster that's got to deal with this guy because he may be impossible to stop. And when you got Scarlett in his corner, that's a dangerous duo right there. Fletch, it's yours.
All right, and we go to the main event of the evening for the NXT Women's title, as it was Charlotte Flair putting the title on the line against both Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai in a triple threat match. The winner of the bout in 17 minutes, 36 seconds, and new NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai. She wins the title. Anthony Floyo called it. He had a feeling about it. He gets it correct. Michael Bullock, you lead off on the main event. History has been made. We have a new NXT Women's Champion.
And let's just say a certain somebody here on the panel got this one right.
He called it.
Florio called it. He was the one who said Friday night that he was going to take a chance and go with Io Shirai to become the new NXT Women's Champion. Well, my brother, you got this one right.
I believe
Io
I had
Shirai,
that one.
yes, and for you, Florio, I'm gonna channel my inner Devon Dudley because you got this one right. Oh, my brother, oh, testify! I mean, what a match! What a match this was! I mean, I could call this the fight of the night without a shadow of a doubt. I'm gonna call it that. 4.5 stars. I mean, I could go 4.5, maybe teetering on 4.75. I mean, what a match this was. You had that Shakespearean drama right there, and guys, I mean, the in your house set was used. I mean, I thought Io Shirai was done when Charlotte threw her right onto the set, but man, Io Shirai, no wonder why she's the genius of the sky. She flew right. I mean, using the set and right onto her competitors. I mean, Io Shirai finally got it done. She's your new champion, and yeah, congratulations, Io. You finally realized your dream. I mean, there's really nothing more to say. Fletch, the era of the genius of the sky in the women's division has begun.
The genius of the sky, Io Shirai, now holds one of the most coveted titles in NXT right now. The NXT Women's title is hers and hers alone. There is a scary moment. Charlotte Flair did. It looked like she did hurt her arm when Io did the moonsault. You heard Charlotte kind of yell out "shit." So I don't know. I think she's just trying to make. I don't know if she hurt her arm. I don't know if it was the feet that hit it or her knees or Io's knees hit on Charlotte. But Charlotte was definitely not feeling good after the fight. We hope to get a medical update on Charlotte within maybe on Wednesday night. But more importantly, title change without a doubt. Big, what a main event. This was an excellent fight, a great matchup. And, like we said, I thought Charlotte was going to keep the title. There was some that felt that Rhea was going to get the belt back. And Io Shirai was just that third person that a lot of people thought, oh, she's probably going to be the fall girl or anything else. And no, she's not. She's now the one. She is the top woman in NXT as the new NXT Women's Champion. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. The Japanese invasion continues. Io Shirai, NXT Women's Champion. Harushida, AEW Women's Champion. And of course, Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion in WWE. The Japanese are taking over, folks. Especially in the women's division. It's unbelievable what they've been doing. But Io, congratulations, well deserved. What a moment for you. 4.5 to 4.75. Just if this fight would have been 5 more minutes, it would have gotten a 5-star classic. But it doesn't get it. But it came very close, Anthony. But not the 5-star level.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, another 5 to 10 more minutes and a couple of more near falls and exciting spots, then we would have been talking 5 hands down. That was my rating going into this, but 4.5 to 4.75. I mean, this was the fight of the night. Absolutely. WWE was smart to book this match in the main event because it easily ended up being the most exciting fight of the night, hands down. Shirai, Ripley, and Charlotte have great chemistry and complementary skills that allowed them to put together a fun triple threat. Despite Ripley and Charlotte having a bitter rivalry going back to WrestleMania, Io Shirai never felt like the odd woman out. In fact, she was the brightest star at different points. And seeing Io Shirai take her rightful place atop the NXT women's division was a great way to end the show. Tripod confetti, streamers a la Japan. I mean, just insane, just awesome. And I mean, I took a big chance on this one, and go figure, it paid off. I mean, I rolled the dice and I came up boxcars tonight. I mean, awesome. So, and I'll tell you what, I had a feeling she was due. I had a feeling. And you know what they always say, go with your gut. And I went with my gut here tonight. And to MF and to Bullock and to all the doubters out there, let me just say it like this, and I say this with love. I don't ever want to hear you doubt me again. Never, ever again.
Okay, Florio. All right. So
Florio, holy Florio, one more. Hey, I never doubt you. I mean, I would never.
it's
never
fine,
say.
Bullock. It's fine. He's going all Jesse Ventura on us. He's just going Jesse Ventura on us. Trust me, I've dealt with them enough. Trust me, I've dealt with his Jesse isms before. So,
Oh boy.
yeah, this is a give me a break, Florio. Let's say that. So, all right. Overall review. This was an excellent NXT. What do you expect from NXT? This was a very good in your house. I'm gonna give this about 8.5 to 9 stars. I thought this was a very good event. Solid show. Really nothing more to add here. So, Anthony Florio, your final thoughts on NXT Takeover in your house?
Amazing. I mean, was it the greatest? No, I'll be honest, it wasn't. But the women's main event stole the dang show. I mean, I knew they were going to be the main event once we heard about when the backlot brawl was going down. But boy, howdy! I mean, they deliver again. But then again, what else is new? It's a takeover, for goodness sakes. I mean, they always know how to deliver. And I mean, Flair, Ripley, and Shirai stole the show once again, demonstrating the strength of the NXT women's division. Balor and Priest was the highlight of the undercard and probably Priest's best match so far in NXT. The only downside was, why was Cole and Dream saddled with a backlot brawl instead of letting them showcase their talents in the ring in a traditional match? But all the matches delivered in one aspect or another. The 6th woman was, a fun opener. Balor and Priest, like I said, sleeper fight of the night. Even though it was the 3rd best fight of the night. North American title match that delivered in spade. I mean, Gargano delivers on a takeover again. What else is new? Love him or hate him, he delivered again. And backlot brawl, could have been so much better. It's just a damn shame those two didn't get to showcase themselves, in a traditional match. Because if they had, I guarantee you it would have been a lot better. Um, a little some questionable booking here. That was maybe the most questionable booking of all. I mean, we really thought it was going to be Dreams Night, but it is not. Now he's out of the picture. Who's next for Adam Cole? We don't know. And Cross and Ciampa, perfect cool down fight, and then the women, putting the women in the main event was the absolute right call, because I don't think any other match was going to top it, even though they were all good in one way or another. But putting the women as the main event, only the second time in the history of an NXT Takeover has the women main evented. The only other time was Bayley and Sasha in that Iron Woman match from Takeover Respect, October of 2015. That's the only other time the women main evented an NXT Takeover, and that shows you the confidence that they had in these three young ladies, and they all stole the dang show. And Io Shirai, what can I say? I mean, I had a feeling she was due, and she was due. She got her due, and I couldn't be any happier for her. She damn sure deserves it. So, yeah, I mean, we got three Japanese women's champions in wrestling today, with Io Shirai now holding the NXT Women's Championship, Asuka holding the Raw Women's Championship, and Hikaru Shida holding the AEW Women's World Championship. I mean, it's a great time to be Japanese. That's all I can say. The land of the rising sun, they're all proud, as are all of us. So, well done, Io. Well done. I knew you had it in you. I knew it. I had a feeling about you. So, go with your gut, guys. That's all I got to say. Go with your gut. So, I went with mine, and look what happened. So, nothing more to say. I think 8.5 to 9 is a little too steep, MF. I think 8 to 8.5 is the more correct rating, I feel, because a couple of questionable things here and there, but other than that, Takeover delivered again. Having the set from the 90s in your house events, that was a fun touch of nostalgia. Todd Pettengill, with those couple of spots he did, and including that merchandise spot, which was absolutely amazing. So great to see him. So, yep. Fun sense of nostalgia mixed with the action of today. So, and I'm hopeful that one day soon we'll get another old school show down the road. But for right now, this will do. So 8.5. That's the correct rating. So, nothing more to say. Let's take it over to our proud papa over here, Mr. Michael Bullock, Mr. NXT. I'm sure you're grinning from ear to ear. Another proud papa moment for you, because NXT Takeover, well, it delivered in spades again.
Yeah, they did it again. I mean, another takeover turns out to be a success. I mean, yeah, if we were rating this, I would have given this an even 8.5. I mean, this was just a great takeover. Certainly, I mean, there wasn't a bad match on the card that we saw here tonight. I mean, the women stole the damn show. I mean, yeah, I mean, talk about Japanese uh, women's wrestlers. First, you have Hikaru Shida becoming the new AEW Women's World Champion. Asuka becoming the Raw Women's Champion. Now Io Shirai, the new NXT Women's Champion. Boy, I'll tell you what, they're smiling right now in the land of the rising sun. They got something to be proud of. So, yeah, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So, Fletch, let's just put a bow on this.
All right, and we will. And we are done for tonight. So tomorrow night is another edition of Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio at 11 p.m. Eastern. As Monday Night Raw go off the air, we will recap Monday Night Raw. Then Anthony will have the Tony's Take 205 Live and Impact. And that is it. So until tomorrow night, for Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, I am Michael Fletcher. So long, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow night.